Good evening and welcome to Awakening Wednesday. I'm so grateful and blessed to have you present, be it in this very moment or at a later time. Thank you for bringing your light, your love, and your energy. Oh, the temperature is warming up. It's getting hot. Summer is officially here, and I'm feeling the divine essence of the heat. I love the summertime. I'm not crazy about humidity, but I love the heat. There's something about it. There's an energy about it that excites me, and I'm having a great time. I'm loving it. So, let's find out, first off, well, before we do that, let's open with our prayer. Let's take a deep breath in. And in this moment, let's center ourselves into the oneness, to the infinite presence of Spirit, to the absolute awareness that the very breath that we are breathing right now is the divine breath of God, and it is eternal. It is eternal through us, as us. It is us. And as we breathe this breath, recognizing that we are eternal energy beings, that we are a vibrational frequency here to elevate conscious living. Keeping our heart open and our minds available to transform into a new mind, into a new awareness. We give thanks and praise for this day, for all that has unfolded, for the contrast, for the joy, for the laughter, for all of it. And in that, we release, we let go, we surrender to the higher consciousness, knowing that in this divine field of infinite possibilities, all is well, all is good, and so it is. Ah, yes, yes. So I am Gino Walker. I am the musical director. I'm the musical production director here at Universal Spirit Center. And I'm so blessed and grateful to have you here with us. Universal Spirit Center is a very, very busy center. Just got to give a shout out to all of those that came out for Pride. We had an amazing time. The float was outstanding. Big kudos to Bob Whaler, Bob Bozai, and Reverend Sherry Ganan, who were the co-cheerleaders heading it up, and what a fabulous job they did. And to each and every volunteer that came out, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your love, your light. We passed out I Am Love stickers all over Hillcrest. Love is flowing in the air. So just want to say thank you again for each and every one of you. And next year, start planning. Get your thing together so you can be a part of all of this magnificent love and light and joy. With that being said, let's jump into what's happening. What's happening at Universal Spirit Center? First off, our dear beloved Devavani will be with us in concert August 4th. I think it's been a little over 5 years since she's been back to San Diego and here. So what a homecoming it will be. Make sure tickets are going well. We want to sell the place out, so get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. Bring a friend or two to this amazing event, Devavani, a gathering of friends. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful evening. Spirit in Action. This is one of our social justice groups, and one of the things we do every month, we people helping the homeless or the unsheltered. We prepare and serve a meal at the downtown facility. This time, that just happened on the 28th, on the 18th. Okay, I know we do it every month. So something for you to be aware of if you want to participate and want to get in. I know also, I don't have a slide for it, but next Saturday, the 29th of July, we will be joining in the North Park cleanup. So you'll see some more information about that on Sunday. A great way for us to show Universal Spirit Center in the community and to help clean up North Park. Our history, Stonewall riots, how Pride began. The New York Police Department would occasionally raid bars and restaurants where gays and lesbians were known to gather. This occurred on June 28, 1969, when the New York Police Department raided Stonewall Inn, a bar in Greenwich Village. The locals were upset. They ripped out employees and patrons, and people riot and protest for 6 or 7 days. And that is the beginning. That's how Pride began. And most of Pride celebrations are in June, but we just had San Diego does theirs in July. So this is our prayer that we say. So join with me. We are the light bearers of love and forgiveness, vibrating the flames of equality, grace, and peace all over the world. To overcome racial and sexual inequality, we welcome our history. We are all a part of our history. Let's just breathe that in and know that truth. Our Racial Equality Project call to action this month is a beautiful video on the 6 stages of discovering your trans. It's a wonderful video, and it's a beautiful way to share with family and friends if there are questions or if there's someone seeking to find information. What a wonderful way. Movie night, movie night. This July 28th, Friday, the last Friday of the month. This movie night is a fundraiser for our trip to Washington, D.C. next year in April. And it's a suggested donation of $10. It'll be here at the Lions Club. And since this has all been about Pride Month, the movie will be on milk, Harry Milk. So I'm hoping that you come out, bring a family friend. We'll have a great time, wonderful goodies, and also great discussions afterwards. This is a wonderful time to come together with community. So I look forward to seeing you here. And last but not least, next Wednesday will be our beloved Toby doing our healing breath work. What a powerful, powerful gift this is to our community. This opportunity to come and be bathed in your breath, to release and allow the blockage to be moved is a powerful, powerful gift. So look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Anything that I've talked about, if you have questions, you can go on our webpage, universalspiritcenter.org, and check that out. There is information, and also if you need to find out more information, info at Universal Spirit Center, which you'll find a link to as well. But it's great to go on our webpage. There's a lot of information. We do a lot of wonderful things in the community, through the community, and as the community. So go check us out. Today, this Wednesday, is Let's Play on the emotional scale. And one of the emotions that comes up sometimes for people is when a church or organization or any organization asks for money. There are a lot of emotions sometimes that come up when that happens. And so as we will dive into different areas of our emotion later on, I just want you to know, first off, that we thank you for all of your tithes that you have given to Universal Spirit Center over the years. You have blessed us in many, many ways. And we are asking you to continue to support a community that is thriving, to support a consciousness that is constantly expanding, and to support yourself. Because when you give to Universal Spirit Center, you are giving to your consciousness, to your divine abundance. You are giving. And we are all in this together. You are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
You are.
I hold you
in my heart.
You are a part.
You're a part of me.
You are the face.
You're a face of God.
You are the face of God.
You are.
I hold you
in my heart. You're a part of me. You are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
Each and every one of you.
I hold you in
I hold you in my heart. You're a part of me. You are the face of
You are
God.
the face of God.
Each and every
I
one.
hold you in
I hold you in my heart. We are family. You are the face of
You
God.
are the face of God.
You
I hold you
are.
in
I hold you in my heart. We are family. You are the face of
You
God.
are the face of God.
Know that you are a divine blessing.
I hold you in
You can tithe through our QR code. You can go to our webpage, hit donate through our PayPal, and coming soon will be Venmo. So remember that you are the divine face of prosperity, of abundance, of wealth, of wholeness. You are the divine essence of that. And this is an opportunity to share that consciousness, to share the joy of giving. You are the face of prosperity.
You are the face
of wholeness and lovingness. You are the face of God. We are the face of God. We are the face of God. You are the face of God. We are family. You are the face of God. You are. We are the face of God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hit that QR code. Share the love and abundance. You can mail in. Just know we appreciate your divine consciousness of abundance. Thank you. You are the face of God. So, today we are talking about let's play in the emotional scale. And, you know, one of the things is we have been diving down this path of emotions and vibration and understanding that we are frequencies. I started realizing that we all have emotions constantly, all day long, every day. They're happening. But not all the time do we know how, or do we take the time to equate what that emotion is triggering. You know, sometimes people will say, well, that's just the way I am, or that's just the way I do it. And I love this picture because it reminds me that we are this vibrational frequency, and everything that we think and feel, even if we don't speak it, it is creating who we are in this moment. It is also creating what we are experiencing in this moment. And like the groove on a record, we create these grooves that we get into, and we think, oh, it's not really a big deal. But it is a big deal because it becomes what we are vibrating out to the universe, what we are creating through matter without knowing that we are creating in that moment. So I had an experience earlier today, and someone texted me, and I was irritated instantly. And I stopped. I was like, oh, okay. Why are you irritated? I was like, well, at first when you ask yourself the question, sometimes just because we haven't taken the time. So I took a moment and I sat down. I said, no, why did you get irritated? And as I sat there, what really started to roll up is that I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to deal with this or to deal with that. And I was like, So when else does that feeling come up? What it looked like was a text. But what I realized, a groove that I had created, what was behind the irritation was I don't have enough time. I don't have enough. Or I'm running out of time. I'm too busy. There was a dear friend of mine that we used to spend a lot of time together, and as friendships would have it, things change. And as our friendship was changing, I noticed that every time that we were together, she was like, I'm just so busy. I'm just so busy. I'm so busy. I'm so busy. And I started to feel like, well, we don't have to get together. I never said this to her, but I was feeling that way. I was feeling disconnected. Well, if you're so busy, we don't have to do this. We don't have to do anything. And I found that we did drift apart, and I would laugh and say, if I talked to her, I could say, hi, I'm really busy. And it was like, I'm just saying hello. Wow. And I don't know her reasons for that place that she was in, but for me, it felt a little bit like I'm in the way. I'm in the way. And there's not space for me. There's not room for me. And so there had been other times in my life that I had felt this feeling that there's not a room enough for me. There's not space enough for me. I can't be me. And that was a very big thing for me to recognize. And at that point in time, I didn't realize the groove that had been created by that thinking, that emotion that would come up. And sometimes I couldn't articulate it, so it came out in anger. And okay, my technology is hot too. I think I accidentally touched it. Let me move this over. So where I was, like, So that, just this little encounter here, the first thought was like, oh, you've messed up. You've messed up. And so we have these things all day long, these encounters that happen, these emotional dips that happen throughout our day. Sometimes we're really excited, or, there are times when I've been out walking and I've spotted someone's garden and it just takes my breath away. And I'm in this state of absolute awe. I had this beautiful encounter a few weeks ago. I was out walking, and this garden I stopped. It was so beautiful. And I didn't notice that there was someone in the garden. And as I was standing there, I started to tear up. And this man popped up and he said, "Hi, can I help you?" And it jarred me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I said, "I was just admiring your garden. I was just admiring your yard." I said, "It's so beautiful." And just a little tear, I said, it just opened my heart. And he stopped and he said, "Oh, wow." He said, "And here I thought it was just a mess." And we had this beautiful moment that there was such a healing that took place for him. It lifted him from another space, because he was in there doing work. And when he said it was a mess, you could see a frown on his face. But when he saw the beauty that I received from his yard, from his garden, it totally shifted him. And I heard him humming as I walked away, as he continued to clean and do things in his garden. Our emotions are with us all day long. And so I love this scale. I tried to get it for the screen, but it just didn't show up right. So there is the upward spiral. Now the upward spiral, the kind of the mid place, is contentment. That's contentment. That's kind of in the middle, because it goes from a range of 1 to 22. 8 being the one that takes you downward, 7 taking you up. So at 7, you're contentment. Nothing big, nothing woo-woo. You're content. 8, boredom. Boredom is a space of feeling that sometimes maybe you don't have anything to give or to do, and you feel a little lost sometimes in boredom. And then from boredom, pessimism. That feeling that nothing's going to work out right, things don't work out right. And so as we start to understand, not just accept the emotion, but find out what's behind the emotion. Boredom, a lot of times, is, for me, I'll speak for me, there are times when I'm bored because I don't feel as though I have a creative expression to happen. I don't feel as though there's something I have to contribute, or I don't know what to contribute. And so this space of boredom is, I don't really feel like trying to do anything. I just, I'm just here. This is where I'm going to be. I'm just going to be here. So we want to start really taking a look, and we've all had these moments where we've been content, content in your life to, I get up, I go to work, or you get up, or maybe if you're retired, you go run your errands, you do your daily things, and you're not sad, you're not happy, you're just all right. Everything's just okay. Nothing wrong with that. But as we understand the power of our emotions, then we can start to understand more how we can utilize them to shift us higher. So let's take the spiral up. So from contentment, we can get to hopefulness. Hopefulness is a great place to be. Hopefulness is this energy of that things are going to work out, that there's something that you don't know quite when it's going to happen, but you believe, you hope that it's going to happen, and that's a beautiful energy. But too long in hopefulness, you can drop down to pessimism. Too long in hopefulness, you'd be like, I don't know when it's going to happen. It's never going to happen. I don't believe it's going to happen. Or you may have people around you that create that, you've been wanting and hoping for that for a long time. That's never going to happen. And that can drop you back down, not only to pessimism, but to frustration, irritation, and impatience. So you want to watch the balance there. When you're in hopefulness, hopefulness can lead you to optimism. But if you're not careful, it can take you back down the other way. Because sometimes in hopefulness, we're looking outside ourselves saying, there's something out there that I have to get. I'm working on something out there to get. And when I get this, happy day. But as we have grown to understand that we are everything right here, that everything is within us. And so when we can take hopefulness and move into optimism, moving into optimism is in a greater space of appreciation. Things always work out for me. Things always work out for me. There is good in the universe, and that good is in me. It's in my life. That's a place that can feed and start to bubble up and get your senses cooking. And you'll meet people that will bubble in that same energy, that will share maybe beautiful stories, or someone smiles at you and it just lights your day. These emotions, these emotions have a frequency and a vibration. So, they're going out whether you want them to or not. That is absolutely happening. And so, all of the different emotions that we have, from overwhelmment, disappointment, doubt, worry, blame, discouragement, anger, revenge, hatred, rage, jealousy, insecurity, grief, unworthiness, fear, grief, depression, powerlessness, and victimhood are the lowest. And we have all of these. It's being aware of when you have it, because it doesn't make a downward spiral emotion bad. It's there for your good. It's there for you to grow and expand. But when we don't take the time to check out what that emotion is and why it's happening, then we just continue in a default situation. So if you find yourself that you're angry, now, it's easy to be like, I'm angry at this person because they did X, Y, Z. But the only way that you can be angry at them is that you give away your power to them or to the situation. So find out what that is, because chances are this is not the first time it's happened, not the second or the third. The person and the place will have changed, but that feeling, that emotion has not. And when you recognize that, I'm angry because I feel as though I don't have a voice to speak what I want. I'm angry because I feel that something is stopping me. I shrink and get small. When you start to put a voice to the emotion, then when we spiral down, we don't have to be afraid that we're going to pitch a tent there and live in discouragement forever. We understand, oh, I'm having this moment of discouragement because I'm in this place where I feel that things are not working out for me. I feel as though I'm struggling. When are the other times that I have this feeling? Because when I'm feeling as though I'm struggling or I'm in discouragement, I've given my power away to outside circumstances. It's very powerful to start taking the time. It's of great value to take the time to recognize when you are feeling something. And most of the time, we have, I don't know, they say 5 to 6 ones that we repeat continuously. That kind of becomes, our groove thing. You know some people that they're always in victimhood. Doesn't matter what's going on, they can find a way. And the energy of victimhood is so palpable that they are surrounded by other people that are in victimhood. And so together they join in their victimhood together, saying, who has the most to lose at this point in time? Or how they are always, this is always happening to me. If you hear yourself say, this always happens to me, or if you hear yourself thinking, this always happens to me, that is a major clue that you are in a vibrational frequency that is stopping your own self from your higher living and expression. There was a powerful scene in this movie called What the Bleep, which was one of the first movies that I saw dealing with quantum physics. And it took a minute for me to try to work it out. But if most of the libraries have it, and you may be able to find it on YouTube, What the Bleep. They have What the Bleep, I think What the Bleep 2, and then Down the Rabbit Hole. And in this scene, there is Marley, I can't think of her last name, the actress that is deaf. She's a photographer, and it's a wedding scene. And one of the great things about this movie is that they used animation, because quantum physics at that point was just, I was like, what? Blowing my mind. So they use animation to help you help me, people like me, to understand what they were talking about. So this is a great example of an emotion that's you're consistently participating in. So Marley, photographer of this wedding, did not want to do the wedding because she was engaged to get married and caught her fiance in their home with another woman. So she was very angry. Ooh, excuse me. She was angry. All men were dogs. Ooh, sorry. So that's Marley. The second one is one of the bridesmaids. I'll call her Pam. I'm sorry, I got choked. Pam. They're at the reception, and Pam sees a guy that she likes. And all her girls are like, ooh, ooh, and he's looking at her, and they have these cute little animated that showing her heart pumping faster, and he's got a little devil on him thinking, hey, girl, you're sexy. And they're across the room, and they're looking at one another, and they're making their way to each other. At the same time this is happening, Marley sees the groom go into a closet with one of the bridesmaids, and she's furious. Her little animated character is red and just stomping, and you can see her thoughts. All men are dogs. This is what they do. You can't trust them. It's the wedding day, and he's in the closet with the bride, with one of the bridesmaids. Dirty, 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 dirty. So she is just steaming over here. So you cut back to the other scene where the bridesmaid and this other guy are looking at one another, and as they get closer to come together to dance, a waiter comes in between and has a tray full of wine, of red wine, and it spills all over the bridesmaids, all over the bridesmaid dress. And the first thing she says, as this always happens to me, and they show her little animated character get sad and start weeping. And see, they're showing at the same time as you see the animated character, they're showing how the cells in your body are reacting to this emotion that you're having, that you have consistently. So the little animated character is crying, this always happens to me. This always happens to me. And the girl is crying and she says, this always happens. And she looks at the guy and just turns away. And the guy, his character says, you just can't win. You just can't win. So they are in vibrational alignment because both of them have this consistent story that things don't work out for them. Things don't work out for them. So it was inevitable that they would try to meet but could not meet. So now we go back to Marley. She has now decided she's got to tell the bride because this is disgusting. Look at what he's done. So she puts on a big show. She's mumbling, writing things out, and gets the whole party stopped. And the bride is like, what? Because now her husband is standing beside her and saying, I saw you. She tells him, she's pointing that she saw him in the closet with another girl, and she couldn't find the girl. She said, but I know she's here. And the bride starts to get teary-eyed and it says, oh, my God, I thought you loved me. And he's like, this wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. And so they go and they open the closet, and there the girl is in there with another guy, another groomsman. Marley, because she had been cheated on, now every guy was a cheater. So these emotions that we have, I just love that because those, for me, were really big moments in my life for me to start looking at where are these emotional points that I have that I'm consistently participating with. When am I thinking that I'm a victim? When do I think I don't have enough? Today, when I realized that I felt frustrated, I was in frustration, which was like number 10. Before that, I was in contentment. And then I got that text and I dropped down to frustration. But I realized when I sat there, I was in frustration because I had a story that says I don't have enough time. I can't complete this. I can't deal with this now. And the power of me seeing that was like, wait a minute. So you don't have to I don't have to say I don't have enough time. There's more than enough time. I want to step into the place that it is not mine to do. I released that feeling in that moment. It's not gone. I know that. Don't get me wrong. It's not gone. But to recognize that this was a story that I've been saying that I don't have enough time to do X, Y, and Z, then that has to keep coming up. Things come in an untimely manner. Calls that I need to make don't happen in the perfect and divine time because why? I don't have enough time. So the universe is constantly giving me back this groove that I have set. Don't panic. Because anything that you have created in matter, you can create something new in matter. Because we are the creators. The vibrational energy that you are is the creator. But if you're creating by default, you're creating with blinders on. Unaware. And so you have your meditation and you feel good, but then something happens out in the world and then you drop back down and you don't feel good and you don't know why. And you're creating. Take the blinders off. Don't be afraid to look at the emotion that's coming up. And you may not get the answer in that one moment when you sit there, but ask the question, what's behind this emotion? Or what story is this emotion telling? What story is this emotion telling? And so, moving from contentment with that, the hopefulness of like, oh, wow, I'm hearing for the first time that, okay, the story that's going on is that I don't have enough time. I got very optimistic because once I realized, like, I can change that story. I can change that story. Of course I have enough time. I may not be able to change all of it in this moment, but I am become aware of a story that I can change with practice. And moving from there to positive expectations, to the belief that I can change this story, that I can create a new story, a new way of thinking. That brought me into enthusiasm of how powerful I truly am, how great this is. That moved me into passion, the passion of feeling the power and presence that I am as this divine and unique emanation of God, which then took me right over into joy, into appreciation, into empowerment, into freedom, into love. Into laughter, like, wow. We can do this with any emotion. You can work yourself from, if you're in the downward spiral, and also, if you're in anger, trying to get to hopefulness may be too big of a leap. But you could get to contentment. I love that contentment is like the middle, because I believe in any place that you're in the downward spiral, you could get to contentment. But as we practice asking, what is the story this emotion is telling? What story is this emotion telling me? What story have I been telling with this emotion? Maybe that question is, what have I been unaware of with this emotion? What is this emotion trying to tell me? Ask questions about the emotion. Play the game of going, oh, I'm up on the emotion. Oh, I'm spiraling down on the emotion. All of it is for our greatest good. Every emotion has a purpose. But if we just continue to think it's just an emotion, it'll pass. Sure, it'll pass, but whatever is behind it, it will continue to keep creating in our lives. I like the thought of thinking of an album, and for some of you young whippersnappers, but the DJs are scratching on albums and things, but before that was popular. If you put your needle on the album and it started to play and you were grooving, and then it started to scratch. That's my interpretation of a scratching. That wasn't fun. So you jump up and you would move the needle. Sometimes you would put a nickel on the needle to give it some weight so that it would stay flat on the album. The point being is that you would make an adjustment. You would make an adjustment. So let us start making an adjustment in our daily lives. Let's become aware of our emotions. Don't just stuff them in the closet. Give them the value and appreciation of recognizing how they are participating in your life and how you are creating with them. So I hope that you feel that you are open and receptive to that. I'd like to take us through a meditation. I know we're running close to being out of time. So I'll close with the song this evening. Do 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 do. As around the sun the earth knows she's revolving, and the rosebuds know to bloom in early May. Just as hate knows love's the cure, you can rest your mind assured God is loving you always. Yes, now I can't reveal the mysteries of tomorrow, but in passing we grow older every day. Just as all is born is new, you know what I say is true. God is loving you always. Until the rainbow burns the stars out in the sky, until the ocean covers every mountain high, until the dolphins fly and parrots swim at sea, until we dream of life and life becomes a dream. Did you know that true love asks for nothing? Her acceptance is the way we pay. Did you know that life is giving love a guarantee to last forever another day? Just as time knew to move on since the beginning, and the seasons know exactly when to change. Just as time knows no shame, know through all your joy and pain that God is loving you always. Yesterday I know I'm living, but tomorrow could make me the pastime that I mustn't fear. For I know deep in my mind a love of me I left behind, 'cause God is loving me always. Until the rainbow burns the stars out in the always. God is loving you always. Don't you know you're loved by somebody? Always. God is loving you always. Hey, 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 always, always. We all know sometimes I hate and tremble. Can't be born in another time and space, but you can bet your lifetime that and twice is double. That God knew exactly where He wanted you to be placed. So make sure when you say you're in it but not of it, you're not helping to make this place sometimes go hell. Turn your words into truth and then change that truth into love. And maybe our children, grandchildren, and great-great-great-children will tell God is loving you always. Hey, 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 always. God is loving you always. Yes, always. God is loving you. So Let's get ready for our 5 minute, maybe 10 minutes if it gets really good to me, meditation. So this meditation, get yourself, find your favorite seat in front of the air conditioning or your fan, or maybe you're looking out your window and looking at the beautiful flowers and trees all around you. But get yourself settled, or maybe you have a little incense that you'd like to play. And let's get ready to celebrate emotion, energy. Let's feel our energy sensors. So let's get ready. So take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Now let your feet place firmly on the floor. Allow your back to sit straight. And we just want to take this moment to recognize, but more than recognize, to feel that we are energy. So when we take this next breath, I want you to place your attention on your bottom chakra and feel you pulling the energy from that chakra to your next and your next. Feel you pulling that energy to each chakra all the way up to the top of your head, and then you're going to hold that breath and then you release. So let's get ready. Let's take a deep breath in. Pull this energy from the bottom chakra all the way up. Take your breath. Pull the energy up. Hold. Feel that energy. Now release. Start to feel the energy that you are, that's all around you. Let's do that again. Take another deep breath and pull the energy up. Pull the energy up all the way to the top of your head and hold that energy right there. Now release. This time as we pull that energy in, I want you to really feel the energy. Feel it as it's coming in through every part of your body. Feel it connecting with every chakra as you get to the top and you hold. Let us take that breath. Pull the energy in. Hold. Keep holding. Release. Now we'll do that again. Just feel the energy. Feel your energy that's always with you. This is the true you. Feel it. Feel it loving you when you pull that energy in. So let's take a real deep breath. Pull the energy in. Pull it all the way to the top of your head. Come on. Hold. Take your finger and put it in the middle of your head. And release. Just feel the vibration of your body. You may feel some tingling or sensation. Just relax into it, releasing all blocks and just allowing the energy to flow. Energy is always flowing through you. We're going to take another deep breath in. We're going to pull that energy all the way to the top, and then we're going to hold it, and you'll take your hand and tap it at the top of your head as you're holding your breath there now. Here we go. Let's pull it in, pull that energy in. Hold and put your finger in the top of your head. So as we release and just sit in this divine energy, this energy is palpable, it is real. Keep breathing deeply and just enjoy as you bask in this energy. It may feel like light or love or tinkly, or you may see colors, or you may hear different things. Just surrender to the energy. Surrender to the light and love that is you right now. So we're going to take 2 minutes of silence and just allow ourselves to be bathed in our energy. Breathing deeply. Thank you for being here this evening or whenever you come. Know that we are here for you. Our practitioners, if you want to reach out to a practitioner, please go on our webpage, universalspiritcenter.org. You are a divine, emotional, vibrational being. And you are spectacular. Have a great evening. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday in person and online with Breathwork from Toby. Peace and blessings, my divine angels.